Reflections on your first year with DJR. Feels like there was some momentum building towards the end. What was your feeling reflecting on last season?
Yeah, last season was a pretty big season for us. Obviously, a lot of change going into Shell V-Power Racing into 25 with myself and a bunch of people that sort of come across with me. But excited about the prospects of this year and having Roland as a young teammate as well. It's going to be really cool to mentor him and I feel good about going into this season.
Going into this season as well, being the first year of quite a long-term contract as well, to be able to sign that with the team, knowing you're at a place obviously where you must be wanted if they've offered that contract, must be a pretty good feeling to know you've got a whole vista of years ahead of you.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely a pretty cool moment to get that deal put in front of myself. But we still got a lot of work ahead, and for myself jumping into the number 17 this season is such an iconic number. And it really deserves a race result. So I've got to do my job and bring back a bunch of trophies back to the workshop.
What did it mean to get the number 17? Because that feels like that's becoming a little bit of a big storyline with fans, particularly of the team.
I think it's always been a big storyline. It was obviously it was DJ's number, and it's iconic for a reason. He's brought that number to victory lane multiple times, and I guess the last person to really do that number, it's deserved justice was Scotty Mack, back from his period from 2017 to 2020 when he went on a spree. But we'd love to, try emulate that again. But I think now with Gen 3 and the new format with the championship, it'll be quite hard. But we're up for the task. Do
you imagine that? Like, what would it mean to be able to win a title with an iconic number like that?
It'd be a really cool experience. We've got a lot of hardworking employees at DJR, so everyone wants to win races and everyone wants to win championships and Bathurst as well. So it'd be really nice to repay everyone that works really hard behind the scenes.
What is it about? Obviously, there's a history of the team, and that's important. But what clicks for you with this team that has made this such a long-term relationship, but one that obviously you hope can bring success to?
Yeah, I think I just really enjoy working with everyone there, and it's hard work to win races. Everyone wants to win races, but it's tough at the end of the day. The field's so competitive now, but I love everyone at Shell V-Power Racing, and we've got such a great team, and I feel like we really started to gel at the end of 2025. So I'm pretty excited about going into 2026 and to be with the team for a long period of time as well, and hopefully we can really add to that the history of the iconic number 17.
So the context of the year is a little bit different because no homologation status this season, so freed from that element. Like you were saying, it feels like things were clicking towards the end of the year. What's the feeling of the team going into this year in that different status? Is it a little bit of a disappointment? Is it an opportunity to do things differently? What's the feeling?
Yeah, I think it's probably a little bit of a weight off the team's shoulders, to be honest. It's quite hard work, and I guess from my experience, I drove for my last team, which wasn't a homologation team, was able to win a championship in Bathurst with them. So there's no real disappointment or anything with losing that. We can just focus on doing the best job we can now, and I guess let the new team worry about if there's any new issues that arise.
Well, the new team won the constructors title last year, or the team's title last year. How big of a challenge do you think it will be for them to come in with that status, changing brands but become the homologation team? And does DJR see it as more of a challenge or a threat, the fact that they're coming in as, I guess, nominally the top Ford team, considering where they finished last year in the standings?
Yeah, I think they always do a great job, but we just focus on what we can control, and that's doing the best job that we can. So everyone heads into the new season with a blank sheet of paper, and we look forward to taking it to everyone come the first round.
Some lineup changes inside the team over the off-season, or I guess in fact towards the end of last season during the finals campaign. How's that all gelling, and how important is it, do you think, looking back with a couple of months retrospect, that you were able to make those changes late last year rather than clean ahead of the year?
Yeah, definitely. I guess when we got knocked out of the finals, it was always sort of planned to make some changes towards the end of the season, and I guess we spent a whole season together and worked out we were a bit deficient in a few areas, but I was really glad we got to make that change then, and leading into the start of this season, the preparation and everything behind the scenes, leading to the first round, and definitely tell the team's a lot more, organised. Everyone's a lot more calm, and we feel really prepared going to this season. So I look forward to heading to Sydney and just hitting the ground running.
How driver-driven were those changes? Obviously, you joined the team because you have the title status, you know how to win a title. How much of those changes were driven by you seeing those deficiencies personally as opposed to changes that were already in train, if you like?
I think we've got a great team. So, I think everyone saw what the issues that we were having around, and for me, I could see those issues too. So, just being a part of the process and being a part of the solution was, really, enjoyable for me. And the team sees a lot in myself as I do in them. So it was great to be part of that process of how we're going to move forwards and work out how we're going to try win a championship this season.
I want to look at the finals campaign. Obviously, last year didn't go the way you'd hoped it to. Does it change the way you look at the approach into the finals, considering that it was over relatively quickly for you? Does it become a bit more points counting focused, I guess, this year? Or is it really just the same approach, but hopefully it goes a little bit better?
I think you always learn from your mistakes, right? So we made plenty of them heading into finals, but at the end of the day, we weren't fast enough towards the back end of the season to fight for the championship. So I think this year, like I said, it's a clean slate of paper, and everyone gets to try again. So I just look forward to starting this year, and we've definitely learned from some of our mistakes from last season, and hopefully we can have a great season.
Obviously, the championship element, you want to be competing for the title, but how eager are for you to be in that knockout scenario? You were tipped as a driver who would revel in those conditions. Are you eager just to get into that position where you can apply more pressure to other drivers as well?
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely very exciting to watch for myself after getting knocked out early, but it was I guess definitely a lot more exciting last season than I guess seasons past, where it's went all the way down to the last race, which is really cool. So I think we need more of that, and I'm just excited to get stuck into this season. Hopefully we can be a part of it all the way to the end.
Just want to ask you about Rylan as well, having a rookie teammate. You're now very much the senior driver. You've only been there for a year. You've got the experience at least. How much will it be incumbent on you to make sure he has a smooth entry into the sport and to lead the team, I guess, to become that team leader?
Yeah, definitely excited to be working with Rylan. He's he's won everything he's jumped into, so he's done all the right things, and definitely very, very much so, deserves that seat next to me. So being able to spend a lot of time with him at the workshop, do a lot of training, pre-season training, and it's been good to have someone that's very young and youthful around the workshop. He's definitely brought, he's got a big spring in his step as well, so it's great for all the boys and girls at Shell V-Power Racing. But trying to help him as much as I can. He's like a little sponge at the moment, trying to take in everything. So it'll be exciting for me to hit the track for Sydney at the first time and see how he goes for the start of the season.
Obviously, the titles we're going to be aiming for this year, and it's all to be seen this season, but it feels from the outside that this feels to you like a very satisfying time in your career. Is that the case?
No, satisfying to me is winning races and winning a championship and a Bathurst. So I'll never settle for less, and that's the way I'll always be.